So, good afternoon class. There are 5 people today. Let me see. Brishti, Jennifer, Kunal, Riddha, Shamshubro. Okay, fine. Acha, for today's class, before we go to the syllabus, any doubts you are having regarding the projects? You have to do it in a school practical file. You can call the school front office, they will provide you with that, or else if you want you can come to the school premises and buy it yourself. Anything else which you want to know? Yes, Kunal is typing. Riddha also. Roshni, mute yourself. Thank you. Yes, Kunal and Riddha. What to write under Industrial Revolution? Okay, ma'am, you said you will be showing. Oh, yes, I will. Let me try tomorrow. I forgot it. Let me try tomorrow. Okay, I'll show you. Fine. Meghna, good afternoon, and Kunal. For Industrial Revolution, the topic is merits and demerits, right? So, in that case, what you have to do is this, that first you have to start talking about as an introduction that in which country, at which period of time the Industrial Revolution started, that is definitely England, right? And then you talk about that what are the good things about Industrial Revolution and what are the bad things about the Industrial Revolution. Understood? You give a broad heading, merits and demerits. So, under merits what you can write? You can write economic growth, you can write that many new developments in the metallurgical department, like the blast furnace was invented, the steam engine was invented, then the steam power was invented, then the railways were established, then the canals were established. All these were merits, right? So, you can make different points and you can mention all of these. And in the demerits, big heading, you can write about the condition of the laborers, the diseases, the wages, then other demerits also which you think, and then a conclusion about that what according to you is the actual merits and demerits, and then you can conclude the project in this manner. Okay, Kunal? Others? Anyone having any problem like Prerna, Sritama, Shamshubro, Jennifer? Welcome, Kunal, and others. Any doubts regarding your projects? There is no submission date, as I said. Very good, Sritama. So, you do on your own. The research has to be done by yourself. I am not going to help. But when you have found out, if you want me to check that, ma'am, I have found out this, then I can check it. You can tell me in these classes, and when you will submit it also, then also I will check it. You can ask your seniors that I not only randomly check it, I go through it. So, do not worry. because I remember one funny incident last year. The internal students, you know him, he was Shubhadeep Pal. He passed class 12 exam this year. So he was a very funny boy. Okay, so what he did, that he wrote the same lines again and again, the same sentences. He did not study well, he did not research well. So he wrote a paragraph, and that paragraph was repeated thrice with different headings. Understood? The same line, same heading, same story was repeated. So I just cut everything and put a question mark that what do you think you have done? And he was very surprised. When he got the project back, he asked me that, ma'am, actually you read it. So I said, yes, why not? I have to read it. So he said that, no, I thought that nobody reads the project, but you will read it. I didn't know, that's why I wrote like this. So he was a very innocent person and he was very truthful that day. So I gave him a little bit of marks for his truth. Yes, it's a very funny story, but still don't do anything like that. Whenever you are going to submit it, I am going to check it. Yes, there will be late. I will be checking it very slowly, but I will check. Okay, fine. So now let us go into our syllabus. Okay, today we are going to start the steam power of England. What is a steam power? You know that water energy or the hydraulic power, there is the energy or the power of the water was used as a mechanized power for a long time to push something, to take out something from the mines. In the Roman Empire, we have heard it that they have used hydraulic powers, right? So hydraulic power was used in ancient periods and in the medieval period. But later on, it was seen that steam power was more powerful than the hydraulic power itself. Steam power is more powerful. How? When we were small, when we were like your age, we heard a story that James Watt, who actually invented the steam engine in a proper way, he saw his mother making tea, and he saw that his mother put water in the kettle and the kettle was put on a fire, and then after a certain time the top of the kettle started rattling, মানে যেটাকে আমরা কেটলির ঢাকনা বলি, rattling, they started rattling, and he was a small kid then and he got afraid. He called his mom and said that there is a ghost, some ghost is there in the kettle and he is rattling the top. Then his mother said that no, there is no ghost. See, she removed the kettle top and showed that there is only the water, and as soon as she removed the top, a hot air came up. So she said that this is a steam, that's why it is rattling, it's moving. So then James Watt understood slowly that the power of steam, that's so much that it can rattle the kettle top. That is the basic theory of a pressure cooker, how they bubble up the weight which we put over the pressure cooker. So that is why it was understood that the power of the steam was more than any other component of water. because steam is a component of water. That means there was a blockage in the nozzle, right Shamshu bro? If there is only a blockage in the nozzle where the hot air should come out, if that area is blocked, then the pressure cooker will explode. It happens sometimes and it's very dangerous, very dangerous, but it is as well as funny. The pressure cooker is exploding, okay, fine. So, the steam power provided pressure at high temperature that enabled the use of broad range of machinery. This meant that steam power was the only source of energy that was reliable and inexpensive enough to manufacture machinery itself. So, what they are saying, that it is very inexpensive. You need only water to boil. Water is everywhere. You bring the water and boil the water. Then the steam will be created and that steam will work anywhere, in any place, and that will create a wonder. So, that was understood in the middle of 19th century, 18th century. But before that, the steam power was first used in mining industries. Okay. Flooding in mines was a serious problem. So, Thomas Savery, he was a man who built a model steam engine called Miner's Friend in 1698 to drain mines. That means when the mines are full of water, sometimes coal mines, they are full of water. So, that time it is not possible to work there until and unless that area is dry. So, you have to pump out the water from the mining area. So, for that pumping purpose, a steam engine called the Miner's Friend was used, and this Miner's Friend was made by Thomas Savery. But this engine worked very slow in shallow depth and the boiler burst under too much pressure. But this engine had some defects. What are the defects? The defects are that it used to work very slowly and it could not go in much deep. In a very shallow depth it can work, and if you use it continuously for a long period, then the boiler bursts out. Then the boiler of the machine, it bursts out and the machine stops working. So, it has some defects, right? So, after this, another man whose name is Thomas Newcomen, he built another steam engine. He built another steam engine in 1712. This also had a major defect of losing energy due to continuous cooling of the condensing cylinder. What is it? The previous machine used to burst out because it became very hot. So, in the next machine which was invented, the man who invented it, he put a cooling cylinder inside. Like in every computer there is a fan for cooling the machine. Like when I am taking your class, there is the UPS standing beside me, and in the UPS I can see the fan is just rolling, and this fan is working too. The two fans are working. These two fans are working to cool out the machine. But if these two fans, while cooling the machine, takes all the energy, then the UPS could not work properly. So, that happened with the next of Newcomen that the cooling machine, the cooling condensing machine, the cylinder, they took most of the energy from the machines. Understood? Next, what we knew that James Watt came up. James Watt developed his machine in 1769, and his invention converted the steam engine from being a pump into a prime mover. So, this was invented by James Watt. So, what he meant that from being a mere pump, he made the steam engine in such a way that it can move something or pull something, which theory was used in the railways. That is why the railway engines are known as steam engines. So, that engine was made by James Watt. But James Watt was the inventor. He didn't have money. So, he was produced, he was given money by Matthew Boulton, who was a very rich person. He sponsored James Watt, gave him money to make his own factory. So, James Watt made his own factory known as Soho Foundry in Birmingham in 1775. From then onwards, he started to invent more and more steam engines and started to supply it in the market of England. By 1800, the steam engine technology was further developed with the use of lighter and stronger metals. And in 1840, British steam engines were generating more than 70% of all European horsepower. That means by 1840, mid-19th century, most of the work was done by the steam engine. The steam engines developed in such a way that in every aspect, in every factory, in every machine, the steam motor or the steam engine was introduced. Understood? Any questions, any doubts? Very good. So, I will stop here today. I will try to remember to bring the projects tomorrow, then I can show you. Okay. So, yes Sanjeevani, anything? Okay, fine. So, I will stop here and say goodbye to you all. See you tomorrow.